Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 25th anniversary of the Burnaby Central Railway. My name is Kent Cavagan, and I am the president of the BC Society of Model Engineers. While our society is 89 years old, today we are celebrating our 25th year of operation since we opened in Confederation Park. The Burnaby Central Railway, operated by the BC Society of Model Engineers, has become one of the largest public miniature railways in North America. Everything you see here and a lot that you don't is due to the hard work of our volunteer members. We now average over 70,000 passengers a year, and later this summer we will be celebrating having our 1 millionth rider. We could not have done this today without the collaboration and continued support of the City of Burnaby and other levels of governments who supported us financially during the construction phase. In a minute, I will be introducing our special guest representing the City of Burnaby and the province of British Columbia. But first, I'd like to pay homage to the members of our club who are with us today and who can no longer join with us. These are members who designed and built this society. If I could ask our members who were here in the 90s to come forward, please. Yes, you too, Phil. Where's Mark? He's hiding. And here comes Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking these members. It is due to their foresight, commitment, and hard work that we're here today. Yep. You're late, Joe.
You had to park the train.
Yeah.
Being old has its
Okay. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yeah, well, you weren't here for the pictures, man. At this time, I'd like to introduce an active member of our society for over 50 years. He's a 7-time president of the BC Society of Model Engineers. He, along with several others, were instrumental in securing the site and getting the railway built. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lindsay McDonnell.
Get the microphone down, folks.
Thanks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Lindsay McDonnell. I've been in this club since I came to Canada in '65. Originally a Kiwi, but a Canuck for many years now. But I've always been interested in teenagers on model trains, and of course I like the bigger ones, and that's what got me interested. And I met one or two others, and Joe Carroll here, Joe over there, he and I are probably the longest serving members in the club. And we wanted a new track because what we had was private land out in Langley, and we couldn't, the land got sold, so we decided we needed somewhere where it was public land. We didn't have much money, of course, and that way we could operate for the public. And so we were lucky. We went to Burnaby Village Museum. They invited us to put a small railway around there, and we did, and we ran it for 17 years, but it was never quite big enough we asked the Parks Department, and Dennis Gaunt was, I think, in charge then, and they agreed, and we finally found a piece of land, and that's this piece that was a former works yard, but Burnaby didn't need this, so they said maybe you could do something with it, or else we could turn it into a soccer field. We said, I think we could use it very much so, even though it's not flat, as most people thought that you had to build a railway on a flat park. Well, we didn't do that, and in fact, we were lucky when we started out that they were digging the tunnels for Cassiar tunnels, and they were bringing truckloads of fill along here down to the waterfront and putting it on barges. So we stopped on trucks and said, how about dumping it here? We could use some hills. So we got 3 hills, and you could hardly see them because all the trees. Anyway, we managed on the 6¼ acres to build a very extensive track, and it goes in 2 directions. And my idea at the time was if the trains are interesting enough for the drivers, the passengers will love them. And that's proven right. And our numbers keep growing every year. And we are very, very much looking forward to another good year. And in fact, as you look over there, you see the Garden Railway has built that and opened it yesterday. So all of the improvements have been paid for by the fares that the passengers pay to ride our trains. And because we're volunteer, we keep our fares low. All the work done, building engines, fixing engines, building track, doing the gardening, the ladies do that. It's a real community. We have about 170 members, but quite a few of them are out of town. But when you look at the number of hours put in, volunteer hours, it's substantial. But we enjoy it, and we enjoy having all you people here, and I'm especially pleased to see parks representatives, city representatives, because I was involved when we first wanted to move here in 91, finding the place. We had exceptional help from the Parks Department and the councillors too. And unfortunately, a lot of them aren't here anymore, and we've all grown older in these 25 odd years, but it has been, I think, one of the most outstanding achievements of a volunteer group, considering it's self-sustaining, and the people keep coming in bigger numbers every year, and that's one of the things that keeps us busy, trying to keep ahead of the numbers, building more cars, building more engines. We are 2 new engines, steam engines we're building now. Most of these engines are being built here, and that's part of the hobby. So I'll end there and thank all you people for coming today. And we expect that, although I won't be around in another 25 years, I'm sure that the railway will be here. Thank you very much.
Lindsay, thank you very much. Much appreciated. As I mentioned, we wouldn't be here today without the City of Burnaby. We are very pleased to have several representatives of Burnaby with us. Paul McDonnell, the Parks Commission Chairman and Acting Burnaby Mayor. Pietro Calladino, City Councilor. James Jang, Burnaby Parks Commissioner. And Sue Dollywall, I believe he's also the Burnaby Parks Commissioner. Paul, would you like to come up and give us a few words, please?
Well, thank you very much, and I'm glad to be here today. It took me back in my memories, and just before I get on that, we forgot to introduce Barb Larkin. She's a commissioner also, Barb. But I was watching the train go by, and it was CPR. My grandfather was an engineer for CPR for 49 years, and he retired in 1949. And people have been on the SkyTrain that go through the tunnel. That used to be the tunnel that they used to use for the engines to come through to the roundhouse. So there was 10 of us grandchildren sitting up on that old steam engine going through. And I remember saying to my grandpa, "Won't you get in trouble for this?" He said, "What the hell are they going to do? It's my last trip." So anyway, it was quite a memorable occasion for us. But I'd like to first off say thank you very much to the volunteers, because Burnaby isn't the city it is if we didn't have these volunteers. We have volunteers in all our aspects. They come out. I remember when we did the seniors games, we had over 2,000, and police fire games, anything we put on, and we ask and say we need volunteers. People come out in droves to help out because they like their city, they like the greenery, they like what we're doing in that. And I know the kids, like you say, the small ones here will be coming back. Janet Rutledge is here from the provincial government, and Raj Chauhan and Katrina Chen. But Janet's grandchildren are here, and she used to bring her son, but now she's got to bring her grandchildren because her son's busy today, because I was with him earlier at a meeting. But anyway, I want to congratulate you on your 25th year, and I really want to congratulate you on your addition, because every year it seems to get better and better. You think it can't get much better? It can. And on a closing note, I'd just like to say that I'm representing the mayor because he's got a few other events in that. And we talked this morning when it was pouring rain. We said, we got to do something about this. He says, okay. So we said, God, clear it up. We got a big event with the railroaders, and they're going to get mad at us if this isn't nice. So you can thank the mayor and the city. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Paul, thank you very much for the kind words and the clearing weather. As I mentioned earlier, the province of British Columbia has assisted us in the past with grants to start building this wonderful miniature railway. Indeed, we'd like to think that this lottery money was well spent. Please allow me to introduce our MLA for Burnaby North, the Honourable Janet Rutledge. Oh, she's out, okay. We also have the Honourable Katrina Chen, Minister of State for Childcare. And the Honourable Raj Chauhan, the MLA for Burnaby Edmonds. I think you've got one or two supporters here. Janet, would you have the honour of coming up and saying a few words?
Thank you, Kent. Well, I want to congratulate you for 25 years of this railway. This is a really, really important milestone, and it's important to Burnaby, but I think it's important to our heritage as Canadians. I don't think anything has knit our country together the way the railway did. And today, the railway plays a different role than it did when I was a child and when I was young. And I want to thank you for everything that you do to give successive generations of children an opportunity to experience what the railway is like. And, you know, in thinking about coming here today and what I wanted to say and what this day means to me, I traveled across this country twice by rail, and that's an important memory to me. I traveled up and down the coast, the Pacific coast by rail, and one of the things that stands out in my mind is the railway connects the heart of cities to the heart of cities. The stations are generally downtown. You're right where the action is. And some of our old railway stations are the most beautiful architecture imaginable. I also had the opportunity to travel the White Pass Trail railway up in the Yukon, and where the miners would go up to the Klondike. And it's still running, and it's still spectacularly beautiful. When we take the railway, we see parts of the country that we never see any other way, and we can still do it today, and we can still do it with this railway. It still captures that sense of the hidden part of a community. So I really, again, want to thank you for giving my grandchildren and other people's grandchildren the opportunity to experience that and to make a commitment that they are going to continue to travel by rail, because it's what we do in North America. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. I have a commemorative plaque that on behalf of the province of British Columbia and Premier Horgan and my colleagues who are here, Katrina Chen and Raj Chauhan from Burnaby, to congratulate you for your 25 years of this incredible volunteerism in making this so special for everyone. Thank you.
Come together. You come in the middle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very kind.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to put this over here and look at it while I talk. Cool. On behalf of the BC Society of Model Engineers, I thank you very much for your presentation and kind words. Before we get to the cake cutting ceremony and the prize draws, I'd like to finish with a few words. We as a society have been blessed with a ridership of over 70,000 people per year. The funds generated are returned in new projects, one of which, as Lindsay mentioned, is our Garden Railway, which opened up last night. This is the second version of the Garden Railway, and it's been very popular, and I'm very happy to announce that after the ceremony here, it will once again be open for public viewing. Some other projects in the works are two new larger steam locomotives that will be capable of handling many more passengers. We look forward to adding them to our fleet in 2020. Next year when you come here, there will be a new concession building right where the current white small building is right now. This will make things easier for you when you buy your tickets or buy your favorite hot dogs. We have the pleasure of allowing other hobby groups to come and display their talents in our station, and are seeking other interesting groups for our passengers to see. We have several other projects that we're currently investigating, all of which are aimed at making your visit more enjoyable. Our most remarkable asset is our membership. All of this has been built by members, not employees. As Lindsay mentioned, this has allowed us to keep our fares low. So from the hobbyist point of view, we get the fun of building, maintaining the facilities, the trains, the track and the grounds, but of course we like to run the trains too. Our members come from all walks of life. Currently, there are those who would you expect to be part of the hobby, for example, machinists, engineers, electrical engineers, and teachers. But we also have truck drivers, carpenters, insurance executives, accountants, businessmen, prison guards, sheet metal workers, welders, shipbuilders, and architects, just to name a few, and of course there's a lot more. We're all joined together in our common interest in the hobby of model engineering, as well as what it takes to showcase a world-class park. If you have an interest in joining us and having fun with us, please do not hesitate to talk to me or any of our directors. We would be happy to talk to you about how our society can help you and how you can help the society. Where do we go from here? Well, for any volunteer organization, 25 years is an amazing goalpost. Of course, we will continue to run the trains, build new equipment, and maybe another new building or two down the line. There will be challenges along the way, but that has always been the case. And with our membership, we have always been able to and will continue to surmount them. In 2043, our 50th anniversary, I expect this part of Confederation Park will change still more, but the underlying enthusiasm for running a miniature railway and exploring the hobby of model engineering will not change. Shortly, we will be bringing out a cake for your enjoyment. Actually, I see it's already there. Yum. After which you're invited to explore the front of the station where we have brought out several trains from both our society and our members. I would ask that you do not touch them unless the members invite you to. If our steam locomotives are under steam, and I notice we have at least 2 there under steam, please don't touch, they are very hot. And of course you can always take this time to look at the Garden Railway. Again, some of these small locomotives run on steam, and again they too are hot. Don't touch unless you're asked to. When you hear the train bell whistle about 3 o'clock, I'd ask that you turn to the staging area, as that's when we'll be having the two draws for prizes, summer gift shop. Well, thank you for listening to me ramble on. On behalf of the BC Society of Model Engineers, I thank you for joining us on this, our 25th anniversary.